All right, here's our next lucky contestant for release today. This is another female, and she was a part of that unfortunate migration event that took place almost exactly a year ago here on September 11th of last year. I started getting messages that were a great number of turtles that were migrating out of the lake here and getting out into the streets and in the nearby neighborhoods and on the highway and getting run over in large numbers. There were hundreds of them. Great majority of them didn't survive, but myself and several other people did manage to save quite a few. I made some videos about that last year. This is one girl who was hit by a car, and you can see she lost part of her shell there. And right on the bridge, you can see the healing there now, but she lost the bone right there from the lower lower part of the bridge, the plastron, and up here to the carapace. That is since healed, very nice. There's some scar tissue, granulation tissue, some soft scar tissue there. And the bone also healed, and some keratin has filled back in there. So that's nice. So she's functionally healed enough that she can be released now. All right, so we're just going to let her go because light's getting low and she's stressing. So there you go, girl. Live long and propagate. And stay out of the road. So yeah, so what happened last year with that, see, the lake was almost dried completely here from the another drought we had and very intense summer temperatures. Almost all of this was dried up at the time. So what happened is we got a little bit of rain starting just like now. Fall started coming in. We started getting some heavy rain in here, but what that does is it triggers the turtles to say, okay, well, there's still not enough water here. I can't hibernate here. There's not enough water to survive the winter here in this lake. So that's when they decided to make a break for it and find another place that they could go hibernate in. So that's what they did. They basically were burrowed down in the mud to protect themselves from the intense heat. But as soon as there was any significant amount of rain, that triggered them to come back out of where they had buried themselves in the shoreline in what mud they could find here. And then they came out and made a break for it to try to find a smaller pond or a creek or something like that would benefit more greatly from that rain than would have taken to fill this lake back up. It would have a greater impact having a few rain showers on maybe a stock pond across the highway or something would fill up to capacity a lot more easily. So that's what they were doing. They were making a break for it as soon as there was some rain that lowered the temperatures and made it more likely they could make that migration trek and find somewhere else to survive the winter. Because if the water's not deep enough, they're not going to be able to survive really hard freezes like these Arctic fronts we get. So that's what they were doing. They were making a break for it, leaving the lake and getting out there and just getting run over by the hundreds. So I was able to save, and there she is there. And they usually pop back up and say hi after I release them. So I always wait around for them to surface just off shore a little bit and say bye. So yeah, that's what they were doing. And so in all, it was over 200. Myself and some helpers I had were able to rescue, and quite a large number of those were the ones we found that had not yet been run over, or they had just very, very minor injuries, just scuffs and scrapes. And at first we released way over there where you see that sort of mountain over there. That's just a big dirt mountain. really. It's just a big pile of dirt. But way over there on the other side, there was still some water way over there. And so we released like 66 or something like that way over there initially. And then I thought, well, no, they're just gonna eventually migrate back way over here this way and get out again, because there's not enough water in here to sustain them over the winter. So after that, I suspended that, and then we rescued another 100 plus, and then I started taking them just to other lakes like Wellington Lake and stuff that still had plenty of water and enough capacity to support some more turtles. So yeah, we were able to rescue quite a few, and thankfully now going into this fall, the lake has, we did have some pretty went some months without significant rain, and some very high temperatures here again in the end of this summer, in July and August. But thankfully there was enough water out here in the lake now that we got from all the heavy spring rains that it's still going into fall now, going into fall and winter. We've got plenty of water in here, so we should really start catching up on the lake level out here with the showers that we're starting to get here now that the really bad summer heat is broken. And the guys who we did drop back in here, if they made it to now, then they'll probably be okay this winter. She'll be okay. A lot of turtles from that thing last September, hundreds of them. It was a very, very sad sight. So many of them that didn't make it.